Kevin, just real quickly on this tax thing, it's just two right now. Who are we looking for next that we might hear something from?
Well, with Senator Johnson, what's interesting is his reasoning for why he's against this right now. He says that the Senate Finance Committee version of this legislation moves in the wrong direction on the issue of the pass-through rate. So look for that to be a potential sticking point. And we should note that the Conservative Job Creators Network, a conservative grassroots advocacy organization, is actually out with a six-figure ad buy in the state of Maine alone, pressing Senator Susan Collins to get on board with the tax plan bill. But keep looking at all of these same folks that like Senator Susan Collins, Senator Lisa Murkowski as well for the repeal of the individual mandate. We all remember the health care debacle. We all remember what that signified and why moderates held out. And so look for them. Now, earlier today, I spoke with Senator Pat Toomey, a Republican from Pennsylvania, who said he doesn't think that including a repeal of the individual mandate will hinder their chances on getting this done. But, you know, this is still very much in the stages of negotiation. And so every vote and every no vote in particular is going to be incredibly important to lawmakers' chances of getting this done. The House is set to vote on this tomorrow. In terms of a timetable, I would anticipate now, I'm being told, the week after Thanksgiving for when the earliest the Senate could vote on their version.
Thanks so much for that, Kevin. Margaret, I just want to bring you in at the end here, because it's no surprise that when we did hear questions asked of the president at the end of that statement, they were targeting Roy Moore and what the president's going to do, whether or not he's going to apply pressure. This clearly is not going to go away until we get some movement from Roy Moore or the president himself actually says something.
Yeah, and from my initial conversations with White House officials since sort of the wrap-up of this trip, there's nobody who I've talked to at the White House who thinks that what's going on with Roy Moore is great for the Republican Party, the White House, or America in general, but just what the president is willing to say or do, how effective he thinks he can be, and what he thinks is the appropriate way to communicate that, whether it's publicly with a statement or behind the scenes first and then publicly. We just don't know yet. For the president, the passage of votes in the House and then the Senate on taxes is so absolutely crucial and such a priority that this situation with Roy Moore, while it's certainly captivated the nation and is important from a social perspective, is just the last thing they want to be dealing with. He's going to the Hill tomorrow. The president is to talk about taxes. At least that's the main reason why he was planning to go. And what's he going to say? Just how much is he going to weigh in? What I'm being told is not to expect him to come with his list of demands, his red lines, what he's willing to live with, just a much more general discussion of the need for it. But you can expect behind closed doors that Roy Moore may very well come up there as well. I think by the end of the week, we're going to need to hear something from him. Just too soon to say exactly in what form that's going to come.
Yeah, we just need to draw a line under this.